Hi, I'm Lori Redmond, President and CEO for the Kentucky Humane Society. And we've got so many great programs that we want to share with you today. And to help us do that, we're going to tell you a story of a special dog named Skeeter. That was Skeeter when he first came to the Kentucky Humane Society. Skeeter was one of the lucky ones. But here's how his story with KHS began.
I received a call from our rescue officer in Trimble County. The animal had such bad injuries, he wanted me to look at the animal that night. Decided that we needed to bring the animal in immediately for care. A lot of times when we get an animal that's injured and we have to do certain things to check them out to see how bad the injuries are, we more or less have to fight with them to do the right thing. With Skeeter, it was no problem whatsoever. He let me do anything I wanted to, and I really thought that that was amazing because he was in some of the worst shape I've ever seen.
When Skeeter came to us, he was missing most of his hair. He had little patches down the ridge of his back. He had a few patches on his tail, a few patches on his ears. And other than that, the dog was bald. He was very red, very pink. His skin was pink because it was inflamed. It had to hurt. It's something you can't even imagine the neglect until you see it.
Skeeter's not so different from thousands of other animals who come to the Kentucky Humane Society each year. Every single day, KHS takes in as many as 25 to 50 unwanted animals. Some are severely neglected, like Skeeter. Some are abused, but most just need a second chance to be somebody's best friend.
Skeeter is not unlike many of the animals who come to us. They come to us in a state of crisis, and they need us. His story was just more severe. He had the medical issues that were pretty severe. But the animals that come through our doors every day are all in a state of crisis. And it's all, for all of them, it's life and death.
We had a special foster case at the Humane Society that they wanted us to take a look at. They thought of us because Skeeter was, when he came in, a mange case, and we've had a lot of experience dealing with mange case fosters.
He was lucky because he came to us and he came to a staff of people at KHS that wanted desperately to help this one out. They don't know why they're here. It's confusing. It's scary. There are smells and sights that they don't know how to deal with. And all of them are just trying to make it to get that next chance on life.
Unfortunately, there's just too many Skeeters, too many unwanted animals.
Imagine coming to work and doing the rounds and realizing there are 3 empty kennels. And there are 5 dogs that need a space. Those tough decisions have to be made. We have to make a decision whether an animal is going to live or die, whether that animal is going to be euthanized because we simply don't have room for it.
At least 75% of the animals KHS cares for are surrendered to us by their owners. Sometimes there are legitimate reasons for why people can no longer care for their pets. Sometimes they lack the resources they need to address behavior issues or other common problems. KHS is here to help with that. But more often than not, it's simply a case of there being too many animals and not enough homes. In fact, the most critical issue facing pets in Louisville and surrounding counties today is simply finding enough permanent, loving homes for all of them. But the Kentucky Humane Society is making a difference. KHS helps thousands of pets and people every single year through leadership and proactive solutions to the pet overpopulation crisis, including adoptions, education programs, and our new SNP clinic, the region's first public spay-neuter clinic that's large enough to end pet overpopulation.
Studies show that most pets have not been spayed or neutered due to income or access barriers. And here at the SNP Clinic, we have programs to address both of those issues with our urban and regional transport program, as well as with the low-cost spay-neuter prices.
Since its opening in February 2007, the SNP Clinic has altered more than 20,000 pets. Each one of these surgeries helps reduce future overpopulation and suffering. As a private, nonprofit organization, the Kentucky Humane Society accepts all dogs and cats, regardless of space, health, or temperament. Thanks to thousands of private supporters like you, the Kentucky Humane Society, founded in 1884, is the state's oldest and largest animal welfare organization. KHS has grown to be the area's #1 pet resource, helping to make shelters the last resort and reaching out to other animal groups.
All the animals are important to us, not just the ones that are in Henry, Trimble, or Spencer, or Jefferson. We help out in Bullitt, we help out in Indiana. That's something to be proud of.
And as for Skeeter, His charm, sweetness, and sheer will to live proved to be crucial along his road to recovery.
He's always been happy, go lucky. He's always wanted to play with people and get loves and hugs. Even when his skin was sore, you could love on him and he just ate it up. We see a lot of neglect cases and abuse cases, and they're very timid, but this wasn't one. This was a dog that has soul to spare and happiness, and he will make someone a terrific, terrific lifelong companion.
And to see him do that after being so emaciated, where you can see the spine and the rib cage when you first had him, to the point where now you have to kind of feel for the ribs, is really something that's also quite enjoyable to do, because you know this dog is actually happy.
So we've got 2 clean skin scrapes on him, which means he's healthy. He is doing very well, and will probably be able to lead a very normal, furry adult dog life.
So Skeeter's joined our family. He's part of our world, and it's like he's supposed to be here. You can tell he's a very appreciative dog, and I think most people who own rescue animals will say they get it. They know, and they've been to the other side and they've seen what that's like. Even when he had no fur on him, and even when he was at death's door, he still wagged his tail. Since that time, it's an amazing turnaround, and I think anybody who's seen Skeeter as he was or seen the photos really can't believe that this dog made it. I can't imagine what it would be like without him here. Think how close he came, and think how many others are out there just like him, and who need families and homes.
Watching Skeeter go home and knowing that he's going to live a happy life, and hopefully getting some follow-up stories and photos of him and visits from him, says it all. That's why I come to work every day. We do what we do because someone has to. Someone has to do this. Somebody has to get up every day and say, I'm going to make a difference.
Because we don't receive any funding from state or national organizations, we rely on the generous support of private individuals and corporations that enable us to continue our critical mission. Skeeter was a very lucky dog. With your support, perhaps we can begin to remove luck from the equation.
You have to give so little to them truly for what they give you in return. They think you're God. The only thing you need to be is kind.